Hi again. I'd like to talk a little more about Swift today, and I'd like to talk about dictionaries now. In the last video I talked about arrays, and dictionaries are very similar to an array. So I'll start with a new playground, and I'll name it Dictionary Playground. And I'll save it into the folder where I have all of the other stuff. And so here's my playground. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to make a variable called, but let's call it my dictionary. And dictionaries, like arrays, are defined with the square bracket. And dictionaries are different from arrays. And in this case, actually, everything looks fine, but actually, Swift is thinking that my dictionary is really an array because I've just used an array here. So to define a dictionary, we're going to put the colon inside the square brackets, okay? And that's what makes this different from an array, okay? And dictionaries are different from arrays in that arrays store all the items in order, in a numeric order where everything has an index. There's an item at position 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. In a dictionary, every item is stored with a key value. Okay, so the key is a name that's given to the item. So they're not in a numeric order. Instead, they're sorted by a key order, and the key is just a name. So I might create a dictionary called with a key value of name, and the name is Joe. And then I might make another key here. Age is 33. And then that would be my dictionary. Okay? And the astute viewers here are going to notice that I've got a dictionary, and it's got I'm using a string for the key value, right? And then, or for the key, and the value here is a string for the first item, but a number or an integer specifically for the second item, okay? And that's okay. Dictionaries allow you to mix the value here. You can also set the dictionary up where the values are the same for all items, okay? To access an element inside a dictionary, pull up the name of the dictionary, follow it with the square brackets, and then put the key that you want to access. So instead of the index here, we're going to say, age, and that's the key here for this, and it should give me the value 33 there, okay? Or if I wanted to get at the name here, then I can say name, and then it should hopefully show me Joe. There we go, right? So, dictionaries are different from arrays. They're similar. The thing about the dictionary is that since each element can be accessed by a key, which is a descriptive thing, right? Like age and name are very descriptive, then the dictionary is kind of good for certain information. If you have a lot of information that's all the same kind, the array is pretty good, and you can organize everything by index, and it really doesn't matter. If you have information that's of various types, like I have a name and an age, and I might have some other information describing a person or a user, right? Since each one of those little bits of information isn't the same kind, it's, like age is a number, name is a string, and each one of those is going to serve a different purpose, then the descriptive key value to access those elements becomes a lot more useful, right? If you have 1,000 songs in your iPhone, iTunes list, then, the index is fine to access things. We wouldn't want to have a different name or key value for each one of those, right? It would be hard to manage. But in this case, if I have a few items or a smaller number of items and they're each described, the value is each described with a specific name or a very descriptive name, then, the dictionary becomes very useful for those kind of things, okay? So anyway, so there's a quick example of dictionary.